The need for quality health care is a major focus in Kentucky.
So other hospitals call us, want to transfer a patient in because they have a care that they cannot perform, that we can only perform. And so unfortunately, we have to say no to some of those.
UK Hospital says at times those patients have had to travel to other states. The two struggles plaguing the field are infrastructure and talent. The board says they're working to address both, including a major expansion announced last week.
Just in the next 5 years or so, we're going to need almost 5,000 more employees in UK healthcare to support these activities.
The University of Kentucky College of Medicine preparing to graduate its largest class of medical students, 190 of them across 4 campuses, preparing to begin their career in healthcare. Are you hopeful that each time we can graduate more students that we may at some point finally catch up to this physician shortage?
Oh yeah, I'm very, very hopeful that because it's very dire. There's physician shortages all across the Commonwealth. There's places in Lexington, Louisville that have physician needs.
Thanks to partnerships at regional campuses across the Bluegrass, some students are now able to study closer to home and hopefully remain and practice there.
We have counties without a single physician sometimes. And so, yeah, I think we can help make this need. And one thing we've been stressing too is there's a need for physicians of all types.
In Lexington, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.